Our town is a special place, but there's something going on in our town and in every town that needs help. That word, that problem is bedlessness. I didn't know about that word until I saw a video from a classmate about this thing called sleep in heavenly peace. And I didn't believe it. But if you ask any social worker, firefighter, teacher, law enforcement, they will tell you it is in your town, and it is in every town. I thought someday it would be great to have a chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace in our town. And fast forward about a year, and we had a free twin bed to give away. I posted it online and 8 families responded. We went to deliver that bed, and there were 2 adults, 2 children, and 0 beds. They were all sleeping on yoga mats. It was heart-wrenching. And we got back to our car and we realized that our someday to start a chapter had to be today.
Kids need a bed for proper growth and development. In our community, roughly 5% of children don't have a bed. And when I was little, I used my bed when I was scared, when I was sick, and to snuggle up for a bedtime story. Kids need a bed.
Fond du Lac needs Sleep in Heavenly Peace because there's so many kids in our town that are sleeping in bean bags, that are sleeping on the floor, that are sleeping on couches, and yet we expect them to do good in school and want to be at school and do all these good things when they don't even have a decent night's sleep. So in order to pick Fond du Lac up, we need to pick them up off the floor.
The first time I went to a build, I had absolutely no idea what to expect. And I was actually a little nervous because I hadn't really touched a power tool before. But everything is so completely organized, and I got to try all of these new things: power drills, drill presses, sanders. And at the beginning of the shift, all you see is a pile of lumber. At the end, you see beds. It is the most incredible experience.
Everything affected me. How grateful the little boy was, and thanked his mom. This was just did my heart so good.
It was my first experience, and it was awesome to see the expressions on those little boys' faces and jumping on their beds. It warmed my heart. It was such a great event.
I think one of the neatest things about builds are when people come to help out and they've literally never touched a power tool before. It's just such a sense of empowerment. They're learning a new skill, and when they walk in, they see a pile of lumber, and when they walk out, they see beds that they helped build.
I've actually had a couple kids in my class receive beds from Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and the turnaround that I've seen is actually very noticeable. They're not sleeping in class. They are coming to school after receiving a bed and telling people. I thought that they would be more reserved or embarrassed maybe, or not willing to talk about it, and they came the next day. They told us about the bedding. They didn't know I knew about it, so they're like, I got a bed last night, you'll never guess. Their moodiness is gone. Their willingness to engage is better. Friendships have improved. So there's a big difference.
SHP has become family to us. So many new friends, and we've been able to rekindle a lot of old friendships. And when we do this kind of thing together, it bonds us.
The first delivery was wonderful. The mom was exceptionally happy, welcoming, and the boy's smile was just huge. Just made my day.
You can give a child a meal and they're good for about 5 hours. Give them a bed and their daily quality of life has been greatly improved for a decade or more.
There is one instance that really sticks out to me, and it really hits you in the heart. And it is from a 12-year-old girl that I talked to who gave me the biggest hug and was so enthused with her new bed. And the thing is, she's 12. She has never had a bed before in her whole life. And so to imagine right here in Fond du Lac, someone that's never had a bed their whole life, and all she was crying, and she was just saying she loved it. She had a real room, like a real girl her age. She didn't want video equipment. She didn't want tech things. She was just thrilled to have a bed to sleep on. And she said now maybe she could even have a friend come over. So imagine that, not even being able to feel like you could have a friend come over and come in your room. It's really exciting.
The opportunity that SHP has to greatly impact lives is like no other. It can unite workforces and communities and sports teams and civics groups. And the winner in this is not only the kids, but I believe every person involved all along the way. We're not only building beds, but we're building community.
No kid sleeps on the floor in our town!
Thank you.
Is that school on the walk?